Tombasi on just his second start has been very entertaining. Mohamed Kamara, the hero of the first half, for saving that penalty. And Sam Adams, definitely the villain for Mason. 45 minutes still ahead for both teams to try and get their grit on the game. It's all over here for the first half. We will be back with you shortly for the second.
Ghana Premier League is back again. I say this is our own. Let's cherish our own. Division 1 League is back again. This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Ghana Premier League is back again. This is our own. Let's cherish our own. Women's Premier League is back again. NJ Kahwa, Yadi Reshemwa, say a day what Dokahwa, NJ Kahwa, Yadi Reshemwa,
Right, it's halftime at the Barbara Sports Stadium, but of course, Kumasi Asante Kotoko are in the lead through Kwame Opoku's strike in the 25th minute. Welcome back. My name is Nanaya Opoku. I'm here with Raman Kubaja and Mahama Shaibu. We are here to discuss, the first half, and of course, also zoom into what we have to expect as far as the second half is also concerned. Raman, first half at the Barbara Sports Stadium, Kumasi Asante Kotoko leading by a lone goal. I mean, ADUANA had a penalty, but had to be missed by their captain, Sam Adams.
It was a great performance by Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I told you before the start of the game that we are going to witness a game of more possession for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, a team that have the willingness, the desire to score goals. And it's difficult to see Kumasi Asante Kotoko sometimes taking the lead and again keeping the lead throughout the first half. And I think we need to applaud the goalkeeper for saving that penalty. You need to, Adams have not, I think he did not execute the ball very well. At this point in time, you need to apply that technique and also get that connection right for you to equalize the goal for your team. But it did not happen. Credit to Abdul Karim Zito. The players performed very well. And you could pick it from the angle of even watching Fernando. We've not get the opportunity to watch Fernando more under Prosper Nateogum. But today, first time, under a new coach, just look at the performance of Fernando Bassi. And I'm just hoping that it's going to continue from there. We've seen the likes of Fabio Kama came in the picture, play very well for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Now it is time for Fernando Bassi from Nigeria. People are linking him to other players, looking at what he can bring on field of play. But we do not see until today. Under the new coach, just look at his take-ons, the pace that he have, the driving on, and then trying to create some chances for his teammate to score. So it tells you that Kotoko are having some decent players with the right tactics and the right coach. Maybe these players will come good, but great performance for Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Okay, great. So Kotoko leading by a long goal. Let me come to you, Mahama. I mean, we have the highlights on the screen in a bit. How Kotoko's, came about. And how quick passes between Baba Yaya and Kwame Opoku that resulted in their first. But just look at this one. I mean, the goalkeeper, passed the ball, but his player couldn't really, defend the ball very, very well. And just look at this quick pass between Baba Yaya and Kwame Opoku, and bam, that was the goal for Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
A replica, somehow looks like the goal that Man United conceded earlier today against Bournemouth. Bournemouth won the ball in the final third, then they pushed on to score that goal. It's much similar to what we just saw with ASANTE KOTOKO. A very good goal there from Kwame Poku, who is making his first start, sitting on the bench constantly for numerous weeks. This looked like a very different ASANTE KOTOKO team, a rejuvenated ASANTE KOTOKO team that are playing with so much passion. They are passing the ball very, very easy. Unlike the ponderous ASANTE KOTOKO team that we've seen in the past few years, this ASANTE KOTOKO team looks completely different. And it seems like the coaches' tactics or what the coach has told the players is actually working on them, and then they're actually delivering whatever he has told them to perfection. Good save from goalkeeper Mohamed Kamara to be able to save that Sam Adams penalty. With the experience that Sam Adams has, you least expect him to be able to miss in such a situation. Him missing that penalty, or had he been able to score that penalty, it would have been a different ball game altogether. But then he missed that penalty, and then that pushed the game in favor of ASANTE KOTOKO. From now on, I think ASANTE KOTOKO will be home and dry. I was saying earlier that I don't think ASANTE KOTOKO are going to lose today's game, or they're going to drop points. I was saying earlier that they are going to win this game by a slim margin. And with what I'm saying, I think we are going to see exactly what happened in the first half happen again in the second half. I don't think we are going to see more goals again in the second half. Good game by ASANTE KOTOKO. I think whatever the manager has told the players is actually working on them.
But we talked about Kwame Poku, and he has delivered. Just look at his celebration.
Yeah, Kwame Poku is one player. I don't see the reason why he should be sitting on the bench for ASANTE KOTOKO, because since he came in there, yes, there are games that he has had some good opportunities, and then he has been unable to take those chances. But you look at Kwame Poku, and then you look at Albert Amoah. Albert Amoah is coming back from injury, and then he's not a guy that he used to be at the start of the season. He's not a guy that we saw at some point in the last season at Great Olympics. He's lacking match fitness, and then when a player gets back from injury, he will need time to get back to his best. So I was thinking the head coach then, Poswana Teogum, was going to take time and then reintegrate Albert Amoah back into the team. But to my surprise, Albert Amoah was starting games, and then Kwame Poku, who I was saying earlier that was in fine form, was sitting on the bench. That was something that I didn't expect, or I didn't see coming, but the coach did it. And then look at Kwame Poku. Today he had a chance. He has been given the opportunity by another coach, and then bump, just one chance. He has been able to put ASANTE KOTOKO up in the league. This is what you get from strikers of its caliber, strikers who have the experience, strikers who have played at the top right level. A striker who has played for the Black Stars, so he knows it when he gets the opportunity. For that goal, I think the goalkeeper somehow should be doing well with that situation, because you can't be beaten from this sort of situation. It's horrible goalkeeping from a goalkeeper like Masawudu. I didn't expect him to be beaten from this situation, but I'm not taking any credit from Kwame Poku. That was a fine goal.
Well, ADUANA was expected to pull parity in this particular fixture. I mean, in the first 45 minutes when they had the penalty, but they missed it. How is it going to have a toll on the team in the second 45 minutes?
I think you should rather motivate them, because getting a chance to get an equalizing goal and you just miss it, you have no excuse in the second half than to come back and make an amends. And when you look at Sam Adams, I never thought that he's going to miss that penalty. But credit for the goalkeeper of Kumasi, ASANTE KOTOKO. And again, coming in the second half for ADUANA FC, they need to have it at the back of their mind that, look, we cannot go there and then put our supporters at that kind of moment again. We need to put some smile on their face, end up getting some decent scoreline. It will be good to take 1 point to Doma than to lose all 3 points. And they are, for ADUANA per se, they are not playing that bad. But just that when the opportunity presents itself and you fail to do it, to take it as well, it will come back to haunt you. So they just need to come back in the second half, get that creativity, enough creativity, because the midfielders of Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO have made it difficult for them to try to create some numerous chances for their teammates. And look at Sambo O'Neil at the back four has been solid for Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO. Difficult for the likes of Sam Adams to try to maneuver their way and then create chances or maybe score as well. So it all boils down to the solid defensive network that Kumasi are having currently. It's not about scoring goals, it's not about possessing, but it's about putting up a solid defensive network who are disciplined and can stay locked in when the pressure is coming on them. And as I said, for ADUANA, go in the second half, enjoy yourself, create chances and score. That's all.
I'll come back to you to find out the strategies that ADUANA should use in the second 45 minutes if they are to pull at least a point from this particular game. But let me come to you. Does this explain the choice of goalkeeping? Why Karim Zitu decided to place Mohamed Kamara in the post for today's game ahead of Asari?
Of the many changes that you expect Coach Karim Zitu to make for this game, keeping someone like Frederick Asari on the bench and starting Mohamed Kamara was the least one. it was a decision that I never expected was going to happen. But then Coach Karim Zito has been able to do it. And then after the first 45 minutes, it's actually working for him. So we could all sit here and then clap for Coach Karim Zito. Had Mohamed Kamara committed a blunder in the first half, we will all be sitting here criticizing or castigating the decision to start Mohamed Kamara ahead of Frederick Asari. But so far, so good. At the end of the first 45 minutes, Mohamed Kamara has been solid in the post. He has been able to save a penalty. So I think it's been a solid decision by the coach so far. If it works out for the coach, it's a solid decision. If it doesn't, it's a poor decision. So it's now working for Coach Karim Zito. So we'd say it's a very good decision to start Mohamed Kamara ahead of Frederick Asari.
Okay, let's now shift attention to the rest of the result that is happening elsewhere at various league centers, and of course Kotoko leading by a long goal through Kwame Poku. But just look at this one at the Brekum Golden City Park. Brekum Chelsea are leading Nations FC by a long goal. Did you see that, cameraman?
I think it's surprising from the scoreline that I'm watching. Brekum Chelsea are very good, but looking at the form guide of Nations FC, I never thought that Nations FC will be down in the first half by 1-0. Again, it's in the first half. It is not full 90 minutes, so anything can happen. So far, the second half is concerned. They just need to be disciplined, try to take their chances, because they are playing against a coach who has won the Ghana Premier League before, understand the Ghana Premier League very well. Eskase Mungo and also Coach Samuel Bildu. These are coaches who understand the league very well. So we have an interesting second half to witness. Great,
and I do understand that Dreams FC are also leading Karela by 2-0. And guess who scored? Razak Salifu. It's on the score sheet for Dreams FC this time around.
Yeah, the young chap that I was talking about before the game, he has really taken the opportunity that has come to him. Very, very young chap, and I'm very, very happy to see him shine at the big stage. One other goal as well from Joseph Eto, who is the talisman of the team. So I'm quite surprised that Dreams FC are leading Karela United by 2-0, because that was one game that I wasn't expecting Dreams FC to go out there and then go and get the maximum result or get 3 points. Leading by 2-0 in Tamale at this point in time is actually something that I find very, very surprising. From now on, I don't think Dreams FC are going to lose this game from here. Their words could be a draw, and I don't think they are going to concede 2 goals in the second half.
Heart of Lions looking forward to grabbing back-to-back wins, and this afternoon are beating Legon Cities by a long goal.
I told you, I don't see where Legon City can bring their men and then beat Heart of Lions. I don't see it happening. And it is a season that is difficult to say, but it's a season that I see Legon City going back to Division 1. They will be relegated, because it does not look pretty good for Legon City playing against Heart of Lions and losing. It's in the first half, but Heart of Lions have the men that can punish them. And in the second half, we are going to see more goals at the back of the net of Legon City. Yeah.
Samatex leading by 2-0 at halftime against Baseke Holy Stars.
Yeah, Samatex, I think they are performing very well. And when you look at Samatex traditionally, they are very good at home. They are very, very, very good at home. And playing against Holy Stars, I don't think it's going to be a difficult game for Samatex. They are having all the qualities to stop Holy Stars from getting on their nerves and also punishing them. So it's good scoreline that we are witnessing. Only if Samatex can hold on and then end up winning at the end.
Okay, so this is the game that so many Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporters are watching very, very keenly. That is Vision FC versus BBN Gold Stars. And at halftime, Vision are holding the league leaders to a goalless draw at halftime at the near Geokraku, the second sports complex.
Yeah, getting a point away from home would be a result that would not be bad for BBN Gold Stars, because they know they have things in control. Yeah. It's now on them to be able to win the league. If they are going to win the league, it will be on them. If they are not going to win the league, it's also going to be on them, because everything plays in their part. If they win their games from now to the end of the season, boom, they are the league winners. If they don't, and they are able to manage the results and at least get 13 points in the remaining 5 games, if they are able to drop points over here, if they get 13 points in the remaining 5 games, then that means they've won the league title. So they know they have things in their own hands, and then they will have to manage their own destiny. So getting a point away from home against Vision FC is not going to be a bad result, especially when you consider the fact that Vision FC might not have picked so many points at home, but at home they are very, very team. They are very, very difficult team to beat. They are buggy side for almost every team. So BBN Gold Stars getting a point at home, away from home against Vision FC is not a bad result.
Well, it's half time, and of course, if you look at the league table as it stands now, these are, life standings. I mean, should the results stay like how it is, it means that still BBNE will be having 57 points. Nations will be having 51 points. Kotoko, no, Heart of Lions will be having 50 points. Asante Kotoko fourth with 50 points. But between Kotoko and BBNE, that is huge. 7 points gap.
Yeah.
I think there's a mistake on the table. Or maybe, okay, I think they've already added.
No, they've added, yes. I mean, it's at half time,
okay.
so they've added and
No,
added
I
the
think
Strateman games to it.
the Gold Stars game. What I'm saying is that their game against Instrateman, the 3 points that will be awarded has already been added to what they have currently. That is why the gap between them and Asante Kotoko is now 7 points.
Okay, so let's take it away from it. So that will be 54.
Yeah, 54. So it's a point that is surely coming to them.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, they will surely get that point. So I think it's okay.
So let it remain like this.
Okay. Yeah.
So 7 points gap between them and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Do they still have to have any reason that, I mean, at some point in time, BBNE Gold Stars may fall and that they may, try and bypass and
for
grab
Asante Kotoko, if they are going to win the Premier League title, that means they will have to be perfect.
Okay.
And they will have to hope that other teams are going to do the job for them. They have a game against BBNE Gold Stars to play, and that is actually the penultimate game of the season. If they are able to pick up wins from now, finish the game against ADUANA with a win, go on against Accra, beat Accra, get wins against Midiama and so on. They are going to put themselves in a very good position ahead of that penultimate game against BBNE Gold Stars. So for Asante Kotoko, the only way they can win the Premier League is to be perfect from now to the end of the season. And I don't see that happening. It's going to be very, very difficult for me to see Asante Kotoko being perfect from now to the end of the season.
With 5 more games to go, is it now safe to say that Lagos Cities are goners?
Yeah, goners.
They are goners.
It's difficult to face the reality.
I understand that the second 45 minutes will start in a bit, but I mean, gentlemen, just your quick thoughts on the game in the second 45 minutes. What you expect?
I think it is a win or draw for Kumasi Asante. A drawn game, it will be a decent one for ADUANA Stars. But for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, it should be a win for
Shaibu?
Well, playing at Babara Sports Stadium has been a difficult game for ADUANA Stars. So I don't foresee them coming back into this game. I don't foresee them picking a point. I think Asante Kotoko from where they are currently, are either going to score another goal or they are going to win the game by one goal to nil.
Great. Second 45 minutes still underway at the Babara Sports. So let's enjoy the second 45 minutes commentary.
being too Marfo. Justice was there to do justice to it. But it wasn't really necessary because the whistle had gone already. Somehow now gets to Jamina. Kwame Opoku down. And the foul was drawn from Rich Saki. The physicality of the Aduana Stars team really getting higher and higher, especially in the second half.
They've scored 2 in their last 5 away games prior to this one, and they've kept only 1 clean sheet. Tells you how bad they are in a way.
Aduana starts showing composure at the back. Kojamo gets to Achiman. Timenu intercept. Good pass from Boache. Kojamo looking for Emmanuel Marfo in justice play. Showing a bit of power.
Don't be surprised if Adrian Stars concede the second goal, because they always lose by 2-goal margin. And the last 3 defeats they suffered on the road, it's always more than a goal. Heart of Lions, Midiama, and Karela United.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko playing this game, but they will have their eyes on other centers, hoping the results over there goes to their favor. Because for now, as I said earlier, the battle is not just theirs, but it is the Lord's. And so, after winning, you still need a bit of favor from some other teams to keep your title hopes alive. And Nations FC trailing to Brecum Chelsea by 1-0. And also Pipiani Gold Stars and Vision FC still goalless. Heart of Lions leading Legon Cities in their away game. These are the games that Asante Kotoko will be keeping close tabs on. And Papa Yaya, that was miscommunication between himself and Che Dramana. Emmanuel Marfo with another foul on Michael Che Dramana.
(5-4-1) sort of defensive setup from their way side. But Kotoko trying to get passes in between the lines to exploit. Chejamina doing the needful.
This is Kelvin Obin. This was the point where Kwame Opoku scored, but somehow now with very good defensive work. Baba Yaya, Samoa gets to Baba again. Oh, now Kwame Opoku with a touch to Tim. No whistle. This is it too much for Amoako. Managed to keep it in, but the final delivery was not something that Amoako usually does.
Calvin Nabi should have done better from that moment, but also give it to Samba Ono for that timely intervention. Kujua Amoako always trying to take advantage of the high spaces to offer crosses, but they've sent a lot of crosses, but nobody to dominate, and it's a worry for Indiana Stars.
And it's a bit surprising looking at the height and physique of Kelvin Opin, and still being dominated by Samba Onel and Henry Anso. Perhaps due to the physique of these two centre backs, Bassi, Amoa, and Tim. Some very good combination of passes from Asante Kotoko. This is Wisdom Bassi, and the pass goes to Kwame Opoku. The flag stays down, and he has missed. It was from a tight angle, but something should have come out of this. At least a pass, an assist, or perhaps hitting the back of the net himself.
Sharpness is what Kwame Opoku is lacking. Their prime Mbella, their prime Ukwala will just score this with ease, especially when he's within the 18-yard box. That was a huge miss. You know, forget about the angle, because strikers always conjure something out of nothing. And that was a very good pass from Baba Yaya, but it was hugely missed by Kwame Opoku.
And the prime Kwame Opoku could have finished this.
Of course, of course.
Maxwell Atta. Maxwell Atta. Seydou Sana. Kojo Marco. Aduana having some spaces. That was a failed attempt from Kojo Marco. And Masaudu Inusa offering a helping hand to Albert Amoa. Meanwhile, Michael Chedramana still taking treatment.
"23 games in our competition, proud to kick off Kotoko with 9 wins, 7 draws. They've lost 7 against the Indiana Stars in our competition. But their last 5 meetings, Kotoko with 3 wins, Indiana Stars with 2 wins. But Kotoko have scored 6 in their last 5 meetings against the Indiana Stars, and they've conceded 4. As we speak, they are leading. And don't forget, the last time Indiana came here, Kalu Watara scored the only goal. And as we speak, Kotoko are leading. And don't forget, in their last 5 home games, the only game they won more than 1 goal was against Legon Cities. 1-0 against Karela, 1-0 against Basake, 1-0 against Brekum Chelsea, and against Bechem United was 1-1. So they won by 2 goals, and that was against Legon Cities.
Of course, the last time they won here against this club, like you said, Kolu Watara scored, but this time there's been a paradigm shift in terms of most of the playing body that is members of it. Asante Kotoko enjoying possession, and you can see the combination of play, the passing and everything going smoothly.
Especially Henry Ansu, good game for this young chap. Very good game, and he's playing against his former teammate Calvin Obin, both from Brecon Chelsea, and you could see really the reason why they were teammates. He knows the runs, the movement, the strength of Calvin Obin, and Henry Ansu, a very good game for him.
Physical game, and it's still Asante Kotoko leading by just that goal. Kwame Poku fired into the net in the first half. Emmanuel Mafo with a pass towards Sam Adams. Adams dwelling on the experience he has left. But in terms of the athletic part of the game, it will definitely be at a dropping point. 7 seasons, 7 shirts, Sam Adams. He scored against us. He has missed the penalty against Asante Kotoko.
Sam Adams, he was all over against Accra Folk, and to have scored against these two big teams, there have been a history. Because as we speak, only Kofi Tumpo is having that bragging right against Kotoko, against Asofuk. Jimano Lanchi warming up, and maybe Babaya is playing a good game, but that creativity, that line splitting movement, and she can give.
Alex Boache with a pass towards Kojamoako, and the fans lamenting that ball should have been left for Leventus Ata. With his power and punch, maybe he could have done something.
The Fede Valverde sort of movement, and Pedri yesterday, that belter.
Patrick Asiedu and Intimenu went with a foul. I think Baba is lucky not to have been booked.
Of course, he was outplayed physically.
Kamara has not really been troubled in the second half. He seemed to have a holiday. Vision FC leading Bibiani Gold Stars by a goal to 0. This will be the results that Asante Kotoko would hope to have. Substitutions. Maxwell Atta coming off, and also Sam Adams to be replaced by Elvis Addo and Henson Amponsa. Meanwhile, Bibiani Gold Stars trailing in Accra, and also Nations FC doing same in Brekum. The only problem Kotoko will have here is Heart of Lions, who are also leading the charge against Lagos Cities. Interesting times ahead in the Ghana Premier League. Few match days to go, and yet no one can claim to be the winner of the title. Emmanuel Anchi ready to come on. He has replaced Baba Yaya, just as you mentioned earlier. Anchi brings that spark of creativity, the defense splitting passes, the line breaking ones. We saw glimpses of that against Nations FC when they lost by 2 goals to 0.
And don't forget his power from behind.
Not the best of efforts from Henson Amponsa. Kamara is still a resting man in post. No issues whatsoever for him in the second half.
2-3 offensive move from Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And just moving in between the lines.
Samba now. That pass was unable to locate the target. Leventius. He gets Henson. Sana Seidu. Rich Saki. Alex Boache. Can Elvis Addo get? Was too high for him. Patrick Asiedu with that throw. He needs to be a lot more careful because with a yellow card he could miss the game against Accra Hearts of Oak. Kojo getting ready to take that free kick for Aduana Stars. Committing men into the area of Asante Kotoko. You can count as many as 6 green shirts, but not enough. Samba will now get the ball out. It's still Aduana. Ajeman. Yes, Sumafo.
At this point, I think they will need Bamba with that energy to battle out against the likes of Samba O'Neill, because Calvin Obin is just a partial figure as we speak.
Kwampoku. Albert Tamwa with that control. Leventius Atta. It's too much of a problem for Albert Tamwa to handle.
Tamale City, House of Folk, and now Aduana Stars, Leventius Atta. very difficult customer to score pass.
Sawudu.
Kotoko at home against Bunu-based teams this season. It was 1-1 against Young Apostles. They won by a goal against Brecum Chelsea and 1-1 against Beckham United. That is at home. So a very fair result against team from the Bunu region.
The ADUANA Stars, who have never won here. Contains change this afternoon. Justice Blake. ADUANA having a very decent game this afternoon. Just that some of his passes don't always get to its destination. Ajiman Ata. This is Saki. Lot of energy and physique. Seydou Sana switches. And Kojamoako has managed to conjure a throw. It has to be retaken.
Proud to this game, 10 wins at home, part of the best home running teams this season. Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
It's been 70 minutes and it's still the goal Kotoko got from Kwame Opoku. The things could have been entirely different but for the exploit of Mohamed Kamara in saving that penalty. Emmanuel Anchi with that one-time pass, but ADUANA, that was a bit too far for him to reach.
Just watch that change of roles between Kwame Opoku and Albert Amwa. Just always trying to get somebody in the box.
Good pass to ADUANA. And the fans are not pleased with ADUANA's effort.
You know, when you are trying to make a cross, you first of all must spy the box and see the players around. If they are having that aerial durability, then you make a high cross. But Albert Amwa, Wisdom Bassi were in the box, but these are not guys with height to do the justice to the high cross.
ADUANA goes to one. Justice Blake. Good pass to ADUANA. And Alex Boache with some very good display. The fans need more goals, but it's difficult to get. from the playing perspective. 2 more subs for Aduana Stars. Abdul Latif Bamba, the hero from the bench, who always gets things going. It's Emmanuel Mafo and Leventius Atta off for Abdul Latif Bamba and Abubakar Adams.
Bamba would add a lot of energy and options for Aduana Stars in terms of crosses and building directly from the back. You see long balls, 4 goals, Midiama, Swatraman, Legon Cities, and against Asofuk, the second top scorer for the visitors.
Hansen goes down. And quickly taken. Rich Saki. Manages to keep it in. And Kelvin Obi watches on in disbelief. He thought he had won a penalty.
Calvin Abbey he knows that was feeble. Not a perfect game at all for Calvin Abbey, especially not taking advantage of his height against Henry Ansu and Samba Onel. By playing against a former teammate who knows your tricks, it's always difficult. And that is why Henry Ansu is getting the best against Calvin Obi.
Fernando Wisdom Bassi. Receiving treatment. Isaka Abdo, the young man who plays for Kotoko's youth team. 19 goals in 13 games this season for the young Porcupines.
They call him Ishak Alexander, of course, and he's a poacher. He is a poacher.
And he's on to replace Fernando Wisdom Bassi. Will he be able to write a story in this game for ASANTE KOTOKO? And you can see the fans are excited to see him. And like coach said before the game, you do not have enough to go and bring top players. And so you need to look at the academy and then the youth team, and that is exactly what they are doing. Menu with a header. Sana Bubakar Adams. The cross to Bamba. Good work from Samba Onel. And that ball was towards Abdul Latif Bamba. And you know what he's capable of doing with his head.
Of course, he's very devastating.
The Ivorian This is Kwame Opoku. His ball blocked by Boache. To keep possession for ASANTE.
ADUANA Stars now trying to get some control in the midfield, and it's really working for them, especially in the second half. The wide play not quite effective, but KOTOKO individually are top in defense.
The young man with the first touch. This is Kojuamwako. And Mohamed Kamara not quite happy with his back line.
You know, there's a saying that goalkeepers always have the best view from their kingdom, and you must be able to organize, communicate, and give that command. Impose. Fernando Bassi
receiving applause from the fans. These are the kind of guys they always want to see. Saki, Hansen, Aponsa. Good turn from Sana. Calvin Obey has lost it. Emmanuel Anchi. Anchi has not been himself for quite some time now.
Kojuamwako should understand the fact that his game is more orthodox sort of profile, because not every ball matters across. At least a cutback, or take your time, push the fullback back to his goal and get advantage. But at this point, trying a lot of crosses several times, but no purpose.
Things not just working at all for him this afternoon. It's not his best.
Fernando Bassi really limited his offensive moves, especially in the first half. And also Levante Osata couldn't get that edge like he got against Hasselhoff. So both fullbacks for ADUANA Stars not able to impact the game as expected.
A victory here for ASANTE KOTOKO would do them a lot of favor as Bibiani continues to trail, and also Nations. Interesting times ahead.
Interesting times ahead. Vision trying to protect their lead against the league leaders. Also, Nations FC trailing. Amankuna also got his 11th goal. Tie with Faisal Chawati. Interesting stuffs.
Of course.
Of course, he should at least been out for a long time ago because he's not offering what is needed.
Sam Adams will be very disappointed.
Of course, at this point, he's now becoming a villain. I'm not sure there will be some changes in terms of the clean sheets. Emmanuel Kobe just considered Masaudu Inosa, who was also having 15 clean sheets, also considered. As is that yesterday, Bechem lost. And I'm sure it's still going to be 16 clean sheets for Kobe, 15 for Masaudu Inosa, 14 for Aziz Dare. Hassoufou didn't play this weekend. So Benjamin Asare with 14. But for the goal king, as we speak, it was Faisal Chawate with 11. Amankuna with 10, but he just scored against Nations. It's now 11 for Chawate, 11 for Amankuna. Of course, just to get the pressure and the hopes from the fans alive. At this point, you don't chase performance, you rather chase results. And when you score one, maybe it's scrappy, but when you're able to protect, that goal for the 3 points is massive. And it's obvious their bad away run this season is not just picking for them, and also at its venue.
'88 minutes.
And they are going to tie with Nations with just 3 points to catch up with Vienigo Stars. If it ends this way, interesting. As we speak, KOTOKO are just on the front foot. ADUANA Stars just yet to threaten crucially against Mohamed Kamara. Not tested that much, but he's given a very good account for himself. And that penalty save alone is enough for the spotlight. It was Albert Samoa against Bichem United, and this time Kwame Poku. Che Jamina had a lot of defensive duties to his game. It's a plus for KOTOKO. The likes of Seydou Sana trying to find their way through.
Kujamako puts in across again.
You must put all your A factor to defend and protect your league. It will be disappointing to concede from such. Good goalkeeping from Mohamed Kamara. Coach Abdul Karim Zito just some few minutes for his first win in charge. This is Ntimenu. He spreads play wide to Komepoku. Albert Tamwa. Good one from Patrick Asedu to Chejamina. Timely intervention from Obaka Adams. Attacking through in for Kotoko. And Justice Blair under no pressure runs straight. This is Albert Tamwa. Beautiful dummy. Against Risaki. He loses possession. Out of play, the ball goes. Aduana starts with 4 away run this season and is picking. With just 1 win in their last 5, and that was against Nations. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We're extending their home record to 11 home wins if it ends this way. And the new manager bounce is something that many are saying. New coach is all over. Kumasi Asante Kotoko yet to taste defeat, especially in their last 5 home games. That strike from Komepoku was enough to salvage all the 3 points for coach Karim Zito in his first game. It's all over. Kotoko 1, Aduana Stars 0. Last season it ended the same way. Kalu Watara scored the only goal for Kotoko, and this time it's Komepoku.
Never throw rubbish or waste in the sea and rivers. Our water bodies are sacred. Let's protect